Thank you for coming to Zuma. We appreciate you coming today.
Likewise, likewise.
Awesome. So, can you tell us what's your name?
My name is Anderson Wanyo.
Okay, Anderson, how old are you?
I am 28, 29 in a month and a bit.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, what kind of work did you do before you came to Zuma?
Before I came to Zuma, I was actually in Canada. After 2 years, towards the later stage, I was making water slides. So that was pretty interesting. It was, manufacturing, processing, nothing electrical labor to it. That was probably the only thing I could relate to. Life before Zuma.
Okay. Well, how did you hear about Zuma?
It was actually my uncle. Well, he's actually my dad's best friend, but I call him my uncle, Peter Kinsley. He also became an electrician through Zuma. So when I didn't really know what direction my life was supposed to take prior to coming to the States, he introduced me to Zuma.
Wonderful. He's a good man.
He did well.
You did well.
Best thing he ever did.
What was your expectation of Zuma?
If I'm being honest, I didn't know what to think. I have a friend back home in Ireland who actually went to school for 4 years. Like I said, prior to hearing of Zuma or being here, I didn't really want. I respected plugs and switches. I wouldn't go near him. I know that something bad could happen if you went close to him. So expectations coming in was show me something I didn't know. How professional is professional? How serious is this? So yeah, I didn't really have much expectation. So I just said, go with the flow and see what happens.
Okay. Well, how did you feel your first night
I was nervous.
of class? Yeah.
I was definitely nervous. My teacher, Kieran, at the time, he was chill. He was, knew. I felt like he knew what he was talking about. So I was learning. In my private life, I always want to be educated, and I felt like he knew what he was saying, and I could believe in what he was saying.
Okay.
So, yeah.
How did you feel by the last night?
I knew a lot better than I felt the first night because I felt like I knew at least some tools, and you took you through, materials and the basics. So I felt like there was a foundation that was established towards the last night.
Okay. Did you feel that you were prepared to go to work?
Yeah, I wanted to work. I wanted to make money, right? I wanted to survive. Definitely.
Okay. How long did it take you to get your first job?
I believe probably 2 weeks maximum. It was, just from trying to set up, a register apprenticeship, the license. It was pretty quick, to be honest.
Okay. What was your first assignment?
It was running pipe, running EMT. I believe it was a half-inch or three-quarter EMT. And the funny thing was that I met someone who I didn't know came through Zuma. His name is Mike Kennedy. Mike was, I felt like outside of Zuma, outside of Zuma, he was a mentor because he then proceeded to teach me a bit more. Where did he get his experience from, if not Zuma? So it's funny how, things happen, how kind of life goes full circle, right? That was my first task, running EMT with someone who had a bit more experience than I did, who was Mike, who earned his experience from Zuma. Crazy.
Where was the project?
Where was it?
Yeah.
It was in Grand Prairie with a company called Intex.
What were you guys building?
We were at a warehouse. I think we were just running, it was for fans, so we were running pipe to home run to tap it in and all that.
Okay. Okay. How much did you make on that first assignment?
I heard that I was lucky. I started from 16. Yeah, I just a bit past a year, so yeah, I started around 16.
16. Okay.
No.
So since then to now, how much time have you been working?
Say just over a year. I remember I was off for at least 2 weeks when, before kind of Christmas last year. So if I would probably say 10 months of work.
10 months of work?
Yeah.
Okay. And how much do you currently make?
18.
Currently make 18, okay. So you started at 16, 10 months later you're at 18.
Yeah.
Okay. That looks like you made some progress in a year.
And yeah, the thing as well is that, you do move around. Because if you go into an agency, you move from. But say if I was at a company, even if you were, companies will normally boost you up. If they're nice companies, maybe $1 or $2 a year, depending, right? So once again, I think I've been, fortunate enough, that I've kind of gotten that. Some people might think it's nothing, but it's definitely something, right?
So how would you rate your experience level now versus when you started?
A modest 47% hike. I believe there is still more to learn in life, so prior to that, yeah, definitely a step up.
Okay. Do you think that you could have ventured out into the field without having prior knowledge and been successful?
Not from what Zuma has taught me, like you just said, and have been successful. I probably wouldn't have been successful. Probably would have been out of a job for 2 weeks, and then either I quit because I felt inadequate, or got kicked out.
Okay. So what do you think we can do to improve the program?
We had a conversation earlier, just before this, about what you thought about, like actually putting out video work, taking more pictures on sites as resumes. You could encourage guys to do that more. You could also implement, visual training, right? Like, bending the pipe, seeing that personally goes a long way. If, you head out to get a job, people see that you're actually capable of what you say you are in person. So that could be one way of improvement. Also kind of getting the name out there a bit more, that goes by people who have been here, right? Say if I didn't know Mike the first time I was there, and he thought, oh, this guy could have needed more training, or he see other people who may be struggling in sites, word of mouth as well. Hey, look, if you have time and the resources, there's Zuma. If you want to, up your game, there is Zuma. So yeah, things like that.
Okay. Man, we very much appreciate you. Any final thoughts?
I believe God, Zuma is a godsend. I didn't really know what direction my life was going to take, and career-wise, and without Zuma, I wouldn't not think that I want to become a journeyman in the electrical field, right? So yeah, definitely owe a lot of gratitude to Zuma.
We appreciate you, man.
Likewise, bro.
You're a great student. You're even better. You're gonna be even better mentor for the next person coming your way. So we appreciate you, man. Zuma on the rise.